Runeterra's audio and audio visual design is just tops. Let's make sure. It's a big old world out there, but who cares about that? Let's get to the cool stuff. Agree. Is that Vi? It's time to pay old Fat Hands a visit. Jinx decides that it's time to bury the hatchet with the old nemesis, but in the way of her heroic redemption stands a fluffy bunny, a meddling cop, and Jinx herself.
News on the street is you're out of ideas, kid. You're dried up, emptied out. No, like, did you hear about that factory that went ballistic and made those crazy mechs? Everyone knows about that sport. Well, what if we were to pay it a little visit and... add a little hay to the haywire, eh? Hey, you know, that might just fly, kid. You guys are the best.
Lawbot. Seems like enforcers got to the warehouse before you. Be a real shame if they got exploded. I just pulled the game audio up. Do we think it's still low? So, Runeterra uses a partial mulligan system. That's max there. Runeterra uses a partial mulligan system. I'm gonna keep all these. We have a 1-drop and a 2-drop, and we have Jinx here at the top end. A little Lawbot. Is this the way to the crazy mech factory? Go kazit. Excellent. So the big thing about Runeterra's turn system that's different than something like Magic is both players are effectively playing every single turn of the game, and the thing that kind of changes back and forth is who's attacking. So you'll see this attack token every single turn flip back and forth. And you see we draw a card and get our mana back even on their turn as well. Although it looks like they started with 1 less mana than us. I assume that's part of the custom game mode that we're playing. The attacking and blocking has some similarities to Magic in that the person with the attack token declares attackers and the defending player declares blockers, with a couple of different caveats. The first being that the order of your attackers matters a lot, and damage stays on units. So when I go ahead and block here, this will eat their 1/1, but this will retain a damage on it. All right, so you can attack with things the turn you play them, but if you play cards, your opponent has a chance to play cards before your attackers. So I could start by attacking and just do 5 damage to them right away, but I'm going to play more things out because whatever blockers are going to play for 2 probably don't matter. I'd assume these combats start pretty easy and then ramp up a little bit. Yeah, one of the things that always stuck out to me about Runeterra's gameplay that's very interesting is that even though you're limited to having 6 things on your game board here, the fact that the order in which your things attack can often matter gives you a lot of permutations inside of combat, more so than Magic even has on average. Because if you have 6 things, you can attack with them with a bunch of different permutations of ways. So I assume the scenario scale up in difficulty, because that one was rather straightforward. They do, yeah. Okay. Okay, and then similar to other deck building games, we get to draft extra. We get to give bonus. Add 2 copies of a card for your deck. This with extra attack sounds great. This is elusive, which is basically flying for magic. Can only be blocked by other elusives. Oh, does our health carry over scenario to scenario? It looks like it does. Put that right there over Jinx. Perfect. Choose a power. When you summon an ally, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. Round start, grant the weakest ally 1/1. I mean, the epic one sounds better, right? Those cute little guys running around that place. They can't be that dangerous, right? Alright, let's fight them. So sometimes they'll have powers here too. Yeah, we have a 3/1 Poro, deal 3 to a unit. Another elusive. Yeah, just really solid curve here again, so just no mulligans. So you're the little guy setting everything on fire. Nice to meet ya. So the new Pokemon TCG client got officially pushed back to early next year, Hacksaw. This is gonna be a little bit.
Can't make art without a little spark. Tinskull time.
We are gonna take some damage here, and our health carries over between scenarios, so that could matter. One thing to note here that we haven't seen, if you haven't seen Runeterra before, you'll note that I only used 1 resource last turn, so my other resource got carried over in what's called spell mana. It's one of Runeterra's mechanics that serves to mitigate what I would refer to as curve variance that other card games like Hearthstone and Magic tend to have, where you're not obligated to spend all your mana every turn or get behind. Yeah, Hearthstone was one of the first ones to get rid of resource variance with a linear resource progression, but the way Runeterra lets you carry over mana between turns is a really elegant design. So I think I want to I have them dead next turn regardless, so we'll go ahead and just, like, cast these things to, keep our life total high. Runeterra is the most visually and audio design stunning of any card game that exists. Graphically and visually. They knock it out of the park. So I think I just gotta load up on Poros that kill them quickly. Sounds great. Loving the Unite content in your Mass Effect playthrough throughout. I know you said you want to not do side quests, but at least do the team members. Yeah, I think that's my plan, Red Link. I think I plan to do the team member side quests in Mass Effect 2. Like the main side quests and probably like the team member ones in the DLC. Thanks for the tier 2 and the 34 months. Pachoo! A rocket boarder zooms by before hitting a nearby wall, spilling out bullets everywhere and bombs everywhere. Oh my OMG, you wonder, is this heaven? When Jinx is summoned, create a loose cannon in hand. Okay, so our champion cards are getting more powers. This is like a Runeterra version of like Slay the Spire or other single player game mode. So this is the Path of Champions, it's called. I have early access to it today. Thank you, Riot Games, as a league partner, and it'll be available for everyone about this time tomorrow morning. Whenever a foe attacks... Wait, what? Whenever the foe attacks, grant their strongest attacker... Does this give my stuff bonuses, or I'm not understanding it? I have 2 3s, so we'll mulligan one of our 3s. We'll keep 1 2 3. Yeah, I agree, Canadian Bacon. Oh, these lines are voiced.
We're taking it down, Smokes.
I was a little sad that the earlier lines weren't voiced. Sweet. Thanks for the 22 months, Carafe. Yeah, I think Arena actually has pretty okay sound design. The problem is it's just not very fleshed out. And like the way cards on the game board like talk to each other and stuff in Runeterra really makes the game just feel so much more alive than any other card game. Drawing both our Poros that are busted early seems good.
You want it? I'll weld it. Disco time.
Okay, so it does pump their strongest thing. That makes sense. Okay, nice. So we can Poro and Boom Crew Rookie, and then a crack for a bunch, and then actually they're gonna be dead, right? Because we can Boom Crew, and then the elusives with this are lethal. Burn, baby, burn. Dee, 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 dee.
And another win for Mr. Buttons! Ha! Oh yeah, I'm cool. No way. Mr. Bunny! It's been so long. Did you guys set this up? Mr. Bunny is a real old friend. And he knows my oldest friend. Her name is Vi.
When cast, grant the top ally in your deck power and health equal to my cost. That sounds kind of great. I don't think I want to make the Poros better. They don't really need extra toughness, so I think just like continuing to stack up sounds good. Oh, and we get to like draft now too. Okay. So we want Draven or Zed? Saboteur and Vision are pretty good. I think I like Draven's. All of these. Oh, did they change the text on this recently? When I'm summoned or strike. Oh, it just lost the defense. That's fine. All 3 of the champions are pretty good, but I think the other cards with Draven here are a little bit better. You've stumbled into the Wump's den. There's no mistaking that smell. Game start, the foe summons a stinky Wump. The foe's stinky Wumps have a Fenrir. Last breath, create a copy of me in the enemy deck with 2 poison puff caps attached. That's a neat design. Alright, I'm gonna keep my 1, 2, 3 mulligan the redundant curve piece. What does fast and slow represent? That represents timing of when you can put the cards on the stack. So, fast cards. Keep yours, I got my own. I will say it's a little interesting. I wonder if it's going to be different tomorrow in the full release, but it's a little weird that some of these lines in here are voiced and some aren't. So, I'm not going to want to attack into this anyways, because it's ephemeral and going to go away. So, someone asked fast and slow spells. Fast and slow spells dictate when you can respond to things. So, slow spells can only be played at any time you could play a unit, whereas fast spells, while units come directly into play, fast spells and slow spells build a stack here in the middle, similar to Magic, and fast spells can respond to things. Right, put 3 puff caps and random cards in your deck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my removal to kill this, I think. And that card I just played was a burst card, which burst speed spells don't use the stack. They're similar to units. So there's a few different spell speeds in this game.
I can do this.
Quick attack is first strike, but only when you're attacking. So it does not first strike on defense. I don't think I want to attack any of these into here. I'm just going to go ahead and pass back. We can, like, pow this, and then boom crew rookie, and then have decent open attacks next turn. I assume this is a PVE specific card, yeah. So this will eat this. These bounce off of each other. And then we'll start our turn by attacking here. I drew one of the puff cap traps. So they're going to 2, which along with our explosive entrance power means these are going to be lethal here from hand. So we have a ability with this deck that we drafted that does a damage to our opponent every time we play a unit. Ooh! Some cheap Sump Dredgers sound nice. 2 mana, 4/3. I found this rebreather below. It's still got some gas in it. If you need a pick-me-up, +7 health. In. Hey, it's that stupid cop with the stupider accent. Maybe we could make her tell us where Vi is. Round start, the foe plants 1 flash bomb trap randomly in the top card of the player's deck. Cop, chat. Yes, I will keep all of my 5-1 daring poros. Thank you. I don't actually know what Caitlyn does as a card.
Whoa! If it's not Piltover's poshest police person, look, I got a little present for Vi, so tell me where she is, or I'll do something.
I see you put the usual amount of time and effort into planning this all out.
Yeah, I think we actually have turn 2 lethal, right? Because we just have, like, triple daring poro in the opener. Easy game.
Don't worry, I've read all about this.
I guess they could have some interaction, right? Strike, plant 2 flash bomb traps, deal 1 to a random
I'm on it.
ally. Yikes.
Did that sound right?
They killed my poro, chat! It's fine, we drew another one. Stop killing my friends! They emote? They emote, chat? Wow, murdered my friend and emoted me. That's great.
How exciting!
Oh, I could have played this. Crap, chat.
Spill the beans, hat lady. This bunny's gotta know where to hop. Where's Vi?
As if I'd ever betray my own partner.
Your own what?
They BM just like a real game. Yeah. When cast, heal your Nexus equal to my cost. That seems like it has a lot of value in this mode where our life total rolls over.
Last chance baboon to tell me where Vi's at, lady. I got a rocket, and I ain't afraid to pop it.
Even you wouldn't dare. There are innocents here, children.
Guess you better tell me then.
She's at the Golden Way Academy. Procedure training.
Golden Way, here we come. Oh, but first, you. Hey, Fishbones, you got thoughts?
Yeah, it's a voice acted comic book. Like, capture Caitlyn, ransom Caitlyn. Round start, stun the strongest enemy. Wait, just like every turn it stuns the strongest thing? That seems pretty good. Extra mana is also not bad. They're both pretty good. We could choose based on the flavor. Do we want to capture Caitlyn or ransom her, chat? All right, let's let chat decide. I don't know that I have a strong capture ransom. You have 60 seconds, chat. Choose our fate. Thought Knots, thanks for the 52 months. I appreciate the over 4 years. Welcome back. I turned off extra voting too, so this is just full actual real democracy. Ooh, Ransom in the strong lead here. Boo, I cannot buy this democracy. Oh man, it's balancing out. This democracy is too European for me. All right, looks like we're gonna ransom the cop chip by a margin of 7 votes. Oh, and we have a choice to get through here too, so we can either hit the Eager Apprentice or Von Yip. Oh, I wanna hit Von Yip. You gotta sneak through the academy buildings to get to the Golden Way. Sure would suck to bump anyone with great eyesight or 9 lives. I have tenure foe starts with Professor Von Yip in hand, and it costs 2 less. Alright, so I definitely want the Get Excited to deal with Von Yip. I'm gonna mulligan the Sharpen Resolve. Hiss. Forgot about you, the claws, the puke, the indifference. I must break you, Professor. I have to say, the voice acted parts have been so good. I'm a little sad that there's not more of it in these little bits.
Don't worry, I've read all about this.
Yes, releasing for everyone tomorrow. Riot gave League partners access a day early today.
No one's the wiser.
We're checking it out.
Everything's in place. Now I've lost my place.
By 5-1 elusive Poros for one are very good. Yeah, it's true too. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it changes and evolves over the course of things too. This is also technically early access, so maybe there's other stuff they're just ironing out and it'll be there tomorrow too.
Of course I'm ready.
Can't make art without a little spark.
Woo!
Jinx? Stands for Jinx?
Deal 1 to the enemy nexus, reduce the cost of cards. Well, that is quite the loose cannon shit.
You're interrupted.
Oh wow, Jury Rig is the surprise blocker. There's kind of brutal.
Backfired.
I have the best job.
Oh boy, yep, I'm flying.
He's so spooky. Look at how big and scary he is, chat.
I'm getting you to the count of 3
For people that haven't seen a Runeterra level up animation like that before, for what it's worth, Jinx's level up animation is actually one of the more tame level up animations. So that the champions have special conditions under which they get more powerful like that. And Jinx, a lot of the first set ones are a little bit more tame than some of the newer ones even.
Draven out.
Now it's a party.
Is definitely a party.
Drinking helps not at all.
Explosives prime.
Like this? Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. We do get to kill them with the missile, chap. They never concede before we cast our missile. That's the best part about single-player game modes like this. They never concede before you get to do the thing. The computer doesn't care. It'll let you beat it up all you want. It just gets to be like big dumb combos the game mode. Hey, thanks for the almost 3 years, Chris. I appreciate that. Welcome back. -1 cost. Oh, this already has, this gives it a bonus to the top of my deck based on its cost though, right? So it's actually not that good. I got some Legion Grenadiers for cheaper things. The baboon offers an assortment of shiny combustibles. It grins as if to say, "Hi there, Jinx. OMG, it's good to see you. You're my favorite person." When casts me again onto the same targets. Grant the top ally in your deck power and health equal to my cost. When cast, there's a 50% chance to create a copy of me in hand. It creates a 0. I think we just elixir sorcery, right? Buy stronger copies of cards for our deck. Oh, this is where we spend the gold we've been collecting. Okay. We can just get all of these, right? I don't know if this is the final boss for the area or not. It's relatively quick if so. The Runeterra command there. Honestly, this hand's probably just keepable, right? We have 1, 2, 3, and then Vision discards the Draven X.
Jinx, Caitlin told me you were looking for me, but why?
Because, big sis, I got you a present! Oh, but first, I kind of promised I'd take old Fishbones here for a little spin.
Huh. Well, I hear the admin office is in need of a little renovation.
Ooh, renovation, eh?
Hey, thanks for the Prime Basilisk. Welcome to the channel this afternoon.
How exciting.
Oh, we're on the draw this time. Interesting. Guess we'll play this out.
Fuse is lit.
Well, on the draw, going second. I like to leave sub mode on for Runeterra. Last time we were doing a bunch of Runeterra, there was some rough stuff with chat being open, so just gonna let it ride till we get to Mass Effect.
Officer J.S. Hawklaw, Unit 6.
So one of the things that's different from Magic versus Runeterra is that while they get to clear blockers, blocking is 1-to-1, so they can't double block these into my 4/5, so we get a mostly free attack here.
You're disrupting my research.
It's a 3-1. We don't have anything that can block that, so probably just taking the hit. I guess we just flood the board out to have good open attacks next turn, huh?
Of course I'm ready.
No stone unturned.
We go ahead and trade these here. Yeah, that's exactly correct, Pseudonym. The damage being persistent means that you can chump block over the course of a few turns. Is accurate. Damage being persistent also means damage-based spells, things that like deal 2 or 3 damage or something like Get Excited, become a lot more powerful. Now, here's the part where I kind of have a decision to make. I could start the turn by attacking with everything, or I could play out my other 2 attackers beforehand. And playing out my other attackers actually sounds kind of appealing because we have Vision here that gives everything +1.
You want it? I'll weld it.
They added a new PVE game mode that we're checking out today. Path of Champions, they're calling it. Oh, that's a little sad. Now they have blockers for these. All right, I'm committed, shit.
You want tanks? You want burners? Huh?
Actual disaster.
Hold still.
They should be dead though, right? Vision pumps up our friends. Yeah, exactly, dude. Thanks for 11 months, green friend. I love that they have the bots using the emotes. That's great.
Oh, me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
Maybe those other guys too. Appreciate you, Draven.
Vian Jinx 1, Academy 0.
Just needs a lick of paint. And new walls. So, you got me a present?
Sure did. A little blast from the past for my favorite big sister.
Powder. Thank you.
Thanks for the follow, Demon System. No, this is Runeterra's single player game mode. I haven't watched the show yet. I think I'm gonna wait until all 9 episodes are out. Is my plan. Phew, what a rush. You know, I think I learned a trick or 4 from that little adventure room. Ignore that huge list of nerds for now. See my face, just pick me. I'm a star, baby. Time to treat myself to something new and splody. Yeah, they're releasing 3 episodes 3 times over a little bit. New toys, new Jinx, stick with me, kid, and we'll go places. Oh, okay. Jinx's adventure difficult. Oh, the difficulty scales up. So what happens when I hit replay?
News on the...
Says the... Do we keep our other things? Yeah, our deck was different to start. Yeah, okay. And there's other sections. So it looks like they're gonna flesh out like a whole world and map with different things here. Oh, how do I... It says another run is already in progress. How do I... Okay, so we could drop it and then we can click here. Oh, and I can play this as Jinx, or... So can you change champions too then? Is that what you're saying? Was she said ignore those other nerds? Oh, because we leveled her to 2. Okay, got it. Allies have attack, grow my power to match my health. It's probably not very good in our deck. When you summon an ally, give it Challenger for a round. When you damage an enemy, reduce its power by the damage dealt. Let's do Duelist. Okay, so that's what's new with the thing that's being released right now, is the story-specific parts with like the comic book art and stuff are specific to that game mode. So that's the new perks. I knew they had like some single-player stuff in here. It's neat that they're like fleshing out into like a full RPG type thing. And this we want to save as discard fodder for the Sum Treasure. Or something like that. Could we end the run and pick a new power? Probably. I would imagine that's something you could do.
Just you and me, Fishbone.
And them.
Today's lesson.
And these have Challenger, so we can hook this down here. Challenger lets us choose who blocks us, and these two will kill it.
We blew them all up.
Add 2 copies of cards to our deck. So these don't always have new powers here. When you heal a damaged ally, give it Elusive. When you draw a card, give it Fleeting and create a copy. Yeah, that sounds good. Got reinforcements. I mean, How can I not pick Zoe, chat? If I'm being honest, Zoe voice lines are the things I've missed most about playing other card games compared to Runeterra. She's so great. Zoe is very poggers, chat. Big poggers. Artwork in this game is so good. Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating when we were leading into this and I said this is the most visually stunning card game you'll ever play. Super Expedition. Think of this as something similar to Slay the Spire or other single-player PVE card game experience, where you start with a deck of a particular kind, you kind of add cards and draft extra effects on them, and play through, and the difficulty scales up as you play more. And they recently added a story-based mode to part of it that we played through to start the first section of it. They asked that I only play through the first section of the Piltover in Zone 1 today. So I assume there's a little bit more they need to flesh out in the other parts for the full release tomorrow. Yeah, it seems really well done. Yeah, it's all free to play, Silence. Yeah, Runeterra's I just kind of bounced off Runeterra's constructed a little bit too hard. I wish they had what's it called? I wish they had I wish sideboarding was a thing in this game. I think that's the big thing. Not even best of three, because I don't even really love, like, multi-deck kind of wore off for me. But like, I think sideboarding is the big thing that always brings me back to Magic from a competitive constructive sense compared to other card games.
For two.
Can I paint you?
My sweet butt.
I really enjoyed the deck building puzzle that sideboarding adds to games. I also understand, though, at the same time why, like there's a reason why Magic's basically the only game that does sideboarding, because like it's definitely something that adds a lot of complexity to the game. Yes, Danger Noodle got nerfed down to only one attack, which is big sad.
Think you're fast? Cute.
Alright, so this has gotta die. Oh, I should have played Zoe first, right? Because Zoe needs me to see me play 10 cards. That was a mistake.
Try to keep up. Underestimate.
Okay, so I have the thing that gives my stuff Challenger. So we can go ahead and sump Dredgers as a 4-3 with Challenger, which will let me kill the Blade Twirler here. Can't play my opponent's cards. The heck I can't.
You call that sneaky?
That is interesting, although it sounds a little bit complex logistically to like police via gameplay. Solari Priestess is a 2/2 now. That's a strong buff. These elusives are kind of beating us up, fam. I think I want this to have Challenger next turn. Ooh.
Jinx stands for Jinx.
Durr. Well, I probably wanted her to have Challenger this turn, actually. Jury Rig's a nice hit here, so both of these will have Challenger. So... put this here, put this here. Attack.
What
What would you wish to learn?
True power requires restraint.
That's rude. I think we're in danger, chat. Hey, Miles, thanks for the 20 months. I appreciate the support. Welcome back. Alright, so we can trade this here. And then we can paddle star this. We can drop Jinx.
Broken, like buildings or people.
Buildings or people. So if I open attacks, they block here and only take 7. So I guess we'll drop Chompers down.
Tales of our past are seeds for our future.
I'll stop this and try and push lethal. Oh, this level's Jinx too, which is great. Oh! And not only does it level, but this gives me another card in hand, so the paddle star makes a rocket. That's really good. That's great. Alright. Easy game. That's kind of a combo, huh? Empty your hand with the thing, and then it gives you another thing right away. It's not bad. It's good. It's good deck drafting right there, chat.
Not at all.
Alright, so 7-7s look a little scary there for a minute, and then we went wide around it.
Oh yeah.
You cast me, heal, your next is equal to my cost. When cast, drawn 1. A couple of gotchas sound good. And cantripping gotcha sounds even better. Kill a unit, then revive it. I cost 0. When cast, deal damage to your nexus equal to my original cast. Start of the game, draw me if I'm not in your hand. Yeah, it's like Slay the Spire inside of Runeterra, Bob. One of the foes allies is supported. Grant it 1 attack. I think I'd rather have Chompers than Jury Rig with Spacey Sketcher here. We drew another one, but we found that with it, which is nice. We could drop this here to start.
Anything helps. Slow down.
Yeah, this current one that I'm playing, has actually been in the game for a little bit.
Be free. Whoa.
The specific thing that they added that we started with today was adding story elements to it specifically.
The sun rock got me good. We made it, Rim. I wanna go
Rather have Sketcher or Poro Cannon? I'd rather have Poros. Yeah, like, Magic, like, innovated this type of thing, like, 2.5 decades ago with Chandelar. And they just, like, never really revisited it. Although, I guess, Duels of the Planeswalkers had some single-player stuff in it, right? If I recall correctly. I've tried to recreate the single-player experience with all the Runes Epiphany. Oh, it's funny because it's sad. We're gonna play things out before we attack here.
First big mission.
What are you doing over there?
Fuse.
I don't think I want to attack this into the 2/2. You know, I didn't reinstall the Runeterra game mode. We haven't played Runeterra since I redid my Windows setup. So I'd assume it works here, but I forgot to set it back up. That is one thing I wish Riot would do that Mythgard did that was really nice, is having things like the Twitch overlay be first party baked right into the client. Is very nice.
Of course I'm ready.
Stone cold nothing over there, huh?
Lulu! Where'd she go? Please, Mom. This way!
The AI using emotes is just a really nice touch. We can hook this down here, so it can't block either of our elusives. This blocks here.
How do you like that, Sparkles?
Alright, Sparkles. Interesting that you can get champions in the other cards. So this was Legends of Runeterra's single player lab mode, the Piltover and Zaun part of it. So you can go in and play these Ionia parts and Bilgewater here today that are just kind of the deck drafting game, like you saw me playing there up top. And then the Piltover and Zaun section, this one has a full like comic book like story. And if you weren't here for the start of the segment, that'll end up on my YouTube channel later this evening once it gets a chance to get uploaded and processed. But we can't, they asked me to only play through the Jinx part of this to start today because it'll be out in full tomorrow for everyone. So I've mentioned this before, but I'm not super into games like specifically Slay the Spire, where all you're doing is drafting a deck and playing it along against AI. So like, I don't know that I'm super into like that second part where we were just kind of like playing through and building the deck, but I actually really like the story part with the comic book bits in between and getting to learn about the characters and having it have like a more RPG type experience. So it's sweet that they're adding that kind of RPG layer into this based on like the Arcane story, and I'm really interested to see where they go with it. Like if they flesh this out into something where you get to like learn all about the League of Legends world through playing the card game, seems awesome. Seems like a great storytelling tool, and interested to see where they go with it.